Now, before I get into the video, I'm going to say that when there is a cutscene, I will stop talking simply because I want to mix in little life lessons with the gameplay to, I want to see how it goes, see if there's more immersion. There's already immersion within the videos because I talk about a lot of things that definitely hit the soul of people that watch the video. But I just want to, just have a little gameplay mixed in with the life lessons, see how it goes, see where the YouTube stuff, see where the video hits on the YouTube algorithm, if it's top ranking in views or, if the impressions is going to, be higher than others, just testing the waters. But in today's video, I want to talk about blaming the man in the mirror. Now, that's very simplified. We all know what that means. I don't have to really get into a specific detail, but if you need a specific detail, sometimes you got to blame yourself. And, I've talked about this in multiple videos, but I put it in small little increments. But in today, I want to talk about why you need to blame the man in the mirror. Simply because obviously it'll help you grow, but realistically it'll help you develop to get better as a person. It helps you learn different traits. It helps you get out of your comfort zone. It helps you start accepting the fact that you're not perfect. Nobody in life is perfect. Nobody will ever be perfect. I don't give a damn about the social media clicks, the followers, the likes. We don't care about how bad you are if you're a girl or a woman. We don't care how good you looking. As a man, we don't give a fuck about thirst traps and you getting all that. Look, you can have all that shit in the world and still feel empty. There's a lot of people living in today's world. Yeah, they're crying in the Benz, they're crying in the Lambo, butterfly doors. And me personally, I'd rather cry in the Benz than the Nissan Altima 2006, if that even exists. But just because you got so many riches and materialistic things doesn't make you happy. And sometimes you got to blame yourself on why you're not happy. You got to look in the mirror and start evaluating yourself. You got to start going into your mind, start meditating, start actually putting the phone down and picking up books, going to the gym, doing things that doesn't require you to have such a dopamine. Put down the corn. You got to start doing things that are going to help you evolve. And I always say this to everybody that I fuck with, everybody that I'm cool with. A life living in insanity is not a life worth living. I'm sorry. Doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different outcome, will not get you to the promised land. And it all starts with you looking in the mirror and blaming yourself. Because, trust me, I've been through it. I've been through the mud. Not like, in the hood and shit where I'm out here selling drugs and shit like that. But I've been through the mud mentally where I didn't know, how to deal with my own problems. I always felt like I had to go do something to mask my problems. I had to go, try to put the blame on somebody else for me not being successful. I had to go, point fingers at whether that's parents, whether that's friends, whether that's acquaintances, co-workers. I had to point the finger at somebody else for why I'm not succeeding. But then I started realizing I'm not succeeding because I'm not trying to find a solution. Me, this is my life. Just like this is your life. This is Cedric's life, my life. I control what goes on. I control my arms, my legs, my mouth, my nose. When I chew food, when I talk, I control my ball handling in the gym. I control when I pick up the phone and depend on what I want to do with it. If I want to go and brain rot, which I don't recommend nobody doing, or I want to go on CapCut and simply talk over a video that could help somebody, I have to start blaming myself, just like how you have to start blaming yourself if you're not where you want to be in life. Because excuses are bullshit. I'm going to keep it a buck. Because there's always somebody that is doing worse than you. There's always somebody who is willing to kill, steal, do anything to be in your shoes. Yes, a lot of us come from different types of homes, so we don't have the same storylines. But trust me, there is somebody out there in them first world countries right now that's willing to kill for what we have in the United States. And we have so many resources in front of us nowadays where we start using our resources to not even try to produce, but to consume. And when we start consuming things and get comfortable with just seeing everybody else succeed and do things that we want to do, and we not putting our time and effort and patience into it, we start trying to point fingers at, man, it's really because I can't put the phone down. It's really because I'm not capable of it. Like, I'm not fit enough. I'm not the funniest. I'm not the healthiest. I don't look the best. You can get to that point where you can be the funniest, where you can look the best. And that's why I talk about not projecting your failures and your excuses on someone else. Now, I don't want to say failures. Let me not say failures. Projecting your fears on somebody else, because nobody's a failure in life. But you have to start blaming yourself in order to get better in life. And when you live in denial, when you live in a fantasy, ain't nothing gonna come out of it. I'm gonna be honest. Nothing is gonna come out of living in a fantasy. Like, if you, I watched the 100 recently, and there is like this season where, these people are taking this pill to live in the city of light, and it's like, dog, I would rather live in reality, live in a shitty ass cardboard box, pissing on the side of the highway, taking a shit and wiping my ass with poison leaves, than to live in the fantasy. And all my scars and blemishes and ruins are masked by, things that made who I am. And you shouldn't want to live in a fantasy either, because a fantasy would not tell you how to become a better person in reality.
I got watches here. Yo, hey man, this shit'll cost you $600 in the store. Oh, whatever. Watches.
Hey, baby, I can show you a good time.
Oh, hell no.
Man, fuck the rollers.
LeVar, you gonna let those bitches disrespect us?
Shit, what you think?
What the fuck you think you're doing?
Just being civic-minded is all.
That's so? Yeah, some dumbass cracker went and shit all over this wall. We just cleaning it up.
Hector says buenas noches.
Shit! Oh!
Wrong time, wrong place, dawg.
You okay, player?
Julius, let's move.
That don't look so bad. You should be fine. That's Troy. You can thank him later.
Hey.
The row ain't safe no more, son. We got gangs fighting over shit that ain't theirs. And you in the way, they don't care if you represent or not.
Julius, this is no time to recruit.
We need all the help we can get, son.
No, we need to get our asses out of here.
In a minute. Look, the row's got a problem. Come to the church when you want to be a part of the solution.
Shit. Still a classic, my nigga. Hey, I remember I used to not be able to play these type of games. I remember I tried to get GTA and shit, going to GameStop when the disc era was a thing. Man, I used to try to get that shit to the cashier. Cashier be like, your son is trying to buy GTA, this is rated M, 18 plus. Are you okay with your son buying this? My parents used to be like, fuck no, put that shit back on the shelves. I used to go home mad as hell, kicking the fucking passenger seat. Then my parents would look back. They'll threaten to hit. That sounds crazy. But yeah, they'll threaten to hit me and shit. try to whoop me because of that shit.
Every motherfucker here knows what we need to do. Now those bitches be riding around here thinking they own these streets. I don't care what flags they flying. Rollers, Carnales, Vice Kings. No one's making this nigga scared to walk the road. We about to lock this shit down right now.
All right, yeah!
Yeah!
Fuck yeah! Who the fuck's this guy?
Troy and I found him. We're gonna see if he'll ride with us.
Julius, if he wants to run with the Saints, he gotta be canonized.
Hey, he's right, Julius. Everyone had to do it.
You ready for this, player?
And I want to put an example out there for people. If it don't apply to you, probably apply to one of your friends. You got a friend that's probably rapping, making all type of music in the world, but he don't want to drop. And then they get to blaming them. They get to blaming other people on why they not popping, or why they not getting the numbers, like why I'm not known yet. Nigga, you've been making music for a hefty of a time and you're not dropping. And it comes to a point where it's like, yeah, they putting all these excuses on other people, and it's starting to make you realize they just don't want it bad enough. They just don't want to evolve past the just keeping it in the vault. What does putting it in the vault gonna do for you when you get to the point where it's at this point there's no point in even trying to drop anymore, because dog, the rap industry is so it's so based on trends now. It's not on who's the most skilled no more. Nowadays, niggas is blowing up off of making TikTok songs and shit. You really not finna be making no music and it's talking about some, you getting lyrical like J. Cole and shit. Now shout out to my nigga J. Cole. He's still one of the greatest, but you're not finna be making music like that no more, because nobody really listening to that no more. People like to listen to music that is 1 minute, 2 minutes, and it comes to a point in time where it's dog, there's going to be a next man up. There's going to be a next woman up. So don't be sitting up there. If you have a friend that's rapping, or not even rapping, just trying to do anything content wise, and they making excuses, they don't have the best setup or nothing like that. Bro, we all got to start from somewhere, bro. We all got to get it out the mud, dude. Just like me. This video right now is being recorded through an iPhone 14. I'm going on CapCut and I'm just talking through an iPhone 14 microphone. Dude, the shit is you gotta want it, bro. And it's if you don't want it bad enough, just admit it and just do something else. And it's okay to do something else outside of trying to be a content creator, or trying to be a rapper, or trying to be an artist, or just trying to be a model. Or it's okay to do something else outside of that, because to be honest, nowadays there's so many content creators, there's so many people who trying to rap, that there's not a lot of doctors no more. There's not a lot of actual doctors who are in ChatGPT and they fucking work. There's not a lot of nurses who are in ChatGPT and they work. There's not a lot of mechanics. There's not a lot of architectures. There's not a lot of people that is helping us grow as a whole, as as United States, building houses, welding, being an electrician. There's not a lot of those no more. And in this content creation world, people are going to want to consistently see your content. There are some people who wake up and be like, man, when is he gonna post? Man, when is she gonna post? Dang, I can't wait for another video of his to drop to spit some real game while he got some gameplay in the background of something that I used to play as a kid. Or, dang, I can't wait till he drop a basketball video, because I've been waiting to get some knowledge on how to get better at the game. There are people waiting for you to post, and you can't really make excuses for yourself just because you're having a bad day, or, you got, your parents yelled at you, or you went to school and, you didn't do good on a test, or, doing bad on the test and all those things are detrimental to how your day is going to turn out to be. But you still got to realize that if you really want something in life, you got to run through that brick wall to get to where you need to be, regardless of what's going on, because nobody's really caring about what you got going on in your life. They just trying to make sure that they get, and it's fucked up, but a lot of times people are really just trying to get satisfaction through someone else, because they got shit going on in their life they don't want to deal with. But as a person who's trying to be a content creator, dude, you got to want that shit, bro. And sometimes when you start procrastinating, when you realize months down the line that you ain't really do what you want to do, dog, you got to blame yourself and you got to look in the mirror, man. Simple. And I want to talk about myself, for example. As a kid, I always wanted to grow up be a YouTuber, and I've told this story multiple times, but relating to this topic of the video, I want to get a little personal about, my aspirations and what I wanted to be when I was a kid, growing up, seeing all the YouTubers that I watched growing up, like Chris Smooth, iPod King Carter, who else? QJB. I was a 2K head back then, so I was watching all the 2K content. And I was inspired to be like them. I was watching some Cash Nasty too, some Flight Reacts, shit. And, as a kid, I didn't know the ins and outs for real. I didn't know about being consistent. I didn't know about the whole algorithm thing. I was just a kid just making videos, playing 2K13 on the little TV and stuff. Just trying to mock what, who I was looking up to. I was trying to mock those type of people. And, as I grew older, I started, procrastinating. And I started to dwell away from what I wanted to do. And I was just so focused on I don't even know, to be honest, because high school was like damn near so long ago, and middle school. But especially through high school, I feel like I definitely look back and I'd be like, damn, like, it is my fault that I'm kind of not where I want to be in the YouTube aspect, because if you look down in my older videos, I've had 2K content. I had live streams of me playing 2K17 and 2K19. And even before then, if you really watch my videos beforehand, I was playing a lot of 2K16, 2K15. This was on the PS4, and I used to go in Share Factory, editing and shit, going stupid and shit, being consistent. But at some point in time, I started to dwell away, and I started to kind of feel like I was almost like ashamed of my content, because, when I go to school, this was in high school. When I used to go to school, people would be like, oh, Sid, bro, I know you be posting 2K content, bro. That nigga trying to be different. And back then, I was letting the gimmicks and the critiques get to me. And once I graduated from high school and realized that all that stuff don't mean nothing, those people that are trying to critique me and try to judge me for what I do, that shit don't really mean nothing now, especially if you reaching an audience where it's actually impacting people and they telling you that your videos is meaningful, is helping you in life, and it's getting you in the right direction. Those comments mean more than just people in real life that don't really understand your vision. And I blame myself for not putting my all into this shit, because it's just like, now that I'm older and now that I understand how the world works now, and I understand that I don't want to be working a job. I don't want to be working a 9 to 5. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that, because you got to put food on the table. You got to make sure a roof over your head. You got to pay the bills. They gonna want their money. Excuse me. They gonna want their money. So I'm not shaming nobody who wants to work a 9 to 5, but me personally, I don't want to be getting up in age and I'm, still working to the point where I'm breaking my back and my ligaments is falling apart, and, I'm catching all types of, arthritis and carpal tunnels and shit in my fingers because I'm picking up heavy shit, or I'm bagging groceries, or I'm flipping patties and shit and stuff like that. And, I really blame myself for not really putting my all into the YouTube stuff back then. But, it's never too late. I wake up in the mirror nowadays and be like, man, Sid, you got to keep going. You got to keep thriving, because this is really something that I really want to do. Like, as a kid, I've always wanted to be this. Like, I didn't want to be anything else. When my parents used to ask me what I want to be, I always say I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be a content creator. And, as a kid, they don't tell you that, oh, you can't do that. They don't tell you that, stuff is not likely to happen. But as you get older, your parents start trying to make you go down this path of like living in reality. And what if I want my reality to be a content creator, a person that is, an influence, that is motivational, that is inspirational, that could tell a story through the lenses of a game in the background. And because we all live in lives kind of the same, but also kind of different, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, we all kind of going through something, but it's not always the same something, if that makes sense. So, That's just, and that's a little personal to me because, I've always, when I look back and I realize I could have done so much with this YouTube stuff, I really just be like, man, that's why nowadays I'm like, man, just do this shit. Just do it. Just do it. Like, it don't matter what you post. It don't matter what game you playing. It don't matter what topic it is. It don't matter how long the video is. Shit, there's always somebody out there who's willing to watch, and listen to somebody's perspective on life. Because there's not a lot of content nowadays where, people are actually talking about real shit. Like, people don't get personal and vulnerable. Like, everybody's going for a clip. Everybody's going for the funny moments. And, there's nothing wrong with that because that's what get the clicks. That's what get the likes. That's what get, people tuned into your channel and shit. But, me personally, I just can't, I can't go down that path, man, because I got to, at the same time me doing the YouTube stuff, I want to make sure I got other things connected alongside with it. I don't want to ruin my fucking image and shit. Like, I don't want to ruin my image and all of a sudden, I can't get this job because I said something on a Twitch live stream or on a TikTok that is going to hurt my PR. It's going to hurt my digital footprint. And now I can't, get a job or something. And everybody going to be like, oh, yeah, he's that guy that said that about this person or said that about this race, even though it was probably a joke trying to be funny. People don't really, humor nowadays is really not humor anymore. Like, everybody is soft as fuck for real. Like, everybody's soft. Nobody wants to actually be funny. Everybody is so afraid of being canceled and shit like that. Like, that shit is so goofy to me. Like, cancel culture is so goofy. But back to the topic, I always blame myself for shit that I didn't do or that I didn't accomplish. But I look at it like it's never too late to accomplish it. It's never, if I wake up the next day, then that means I still can keep going. I still can thrive. I still can make an impact. I still can gain some type of, improvements in my life. So that's how I look at it, and that's how everybody else should look at it. Because, yeah, you're going to blame yourself at the end of the day for things that that didn't happen in your life, or you blame somebody else, and you shouldn't blame nobody else but yourself for stuff that didn't go on in your life. But, as long as I'm able to wake up the next day, I can keep going. I can keep thriving. I can keep making it happen. So, and anybody who's watching this video, man, just put the excuses to the side, bro, because trust me, the excuses is really not valid excuses. No excuse is valid. Like, it don't matter what you're going through in life. Like, you still can do it. You still are able to accomplish it. And there's a lot of people that's going to tell you that you can't because they won't do it. They're afraid to do it, or they don't want you to be better than them. And trust me, there's somebody in your friend group. If you're in high school, there's somebody in your friend group right now that's probably envy of you. That's probably sitting there and waiting for you to be like, yeah, I gave up on this YouTube shit. And he could smile and be like, oh, yeah, finally, yes. He don't have the chance to be better than me. Nah, you don't want to be around people like that. You want to be around people, who are possibly doing better than you. And you can learn from them. You don't have to sit up there and be envy of them. You don't have to look around and be like, yeah, how can I ruin this man's career? What can I do to make people not like him? No, you want to learn from those people because those people have started from where you're starting. Those people started with 0 subscribers. Those people started with a small subscriber count on Twitch. They probably averaged 2 viewers throughout the whole month, throughout the whole year, or on TikTok. It's easy to blow up on TikTok, but for a true following to stick, that person had to probably post 3 videos a day. Some of the videos getting hit with, what is it called? Shit. Well, it's not hitting the algorithm. And, it's getting shadow banned. That's what it's called. It's getting shadow banned. Like, people going through shit, bro. It's not just only you in life. And you can't blame nobody else for shit that you can't do because you can do anything. Like, even if it take years, you can still do it. Nothing is holding you back but yourself. Your full potential is still out there, and you don't want to sit up there in the grave, or not in the grave. You don't want to sit in the hospital bed and be living in regret, and then you want to start blaming yourself, but it's too late. Like, your time is already punched. Like, it's over. And for the main reason why you should want to look up to people who are doing better than you. Not to like beat ride or anything like that, but like just analyze. Like, don't compare yourself, but analyze what they do. My homeboy, Deli, man, shout out to Deli, man. He's doing great things. He's meeting Ken Carson. He's going to Cardi shows, Destroy Lonely. What's that other artist's name? I totally forgot, man. I don't mean to disrespect him because I know who he is, but fuck. Sorry, Delaware. If you watching the video, my bad. But I wish I knew his name. But bro, you know, one thing I admire about him is that, bro, he's posting damn near every day. Not even damn near every day. Every day. It could be 5 o'clock in the morning. It could be 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It could be 8 o'clock at night. A video is going up. And that's what we all should be doing if we're in this content creation shit, bro. We shouldn't be, you know, looking around and being like, man, bro, see, I wish I had that set up. I wish I had an OBS so I could make videos and have them posted at 5 o'clock in the morning. Bro, you don't need an OBS, dude. All you need is a phone, some wisdom, some courage, and some consistency, dude, and patience. That's all you really need. Like, it's not a lot of... It is a lot that goes within it, but it's not something that is like you got to go kill to go do it or something. Like, you got to go steal out of Best Buy to go do it. Like, you don't need the tripods and the 4,000, not even the 4,000. You don't need $1,000 PC. You don't need all that stuff to make great quality content because there's so many apps out here nowadays like CapCut and things like that you could really make good content out of just having a phone. And you can even pay for CapCut Pros. They always doing, like, there's so many solutions to where if shit doesn't work out and it's, you know, when it's time and you know, it's too late, you can only blame yourself because there's so many solutions out here nowadays. It's 2025. Technology is in the highest form. AI is literally in its highest form. There is literally companies out here who is making games that involve AI technology, in which they shouldn't do that because that's ruining how authentic games are made. But, you know, there's so much technology out here that there is no excuse for you not to, if you are in the content creation world, there's no reason you shouldn't be doing what you want to do. Like, your content don't have to be the same as everybody else. Your content does not have to be so funny. It don't have to be, oh, I'm going for a clip every second. Yeah, you can be funny. It's always room to be entertaining, but you don't every second, like, you don't have to be that. There's different ways to grow a following. And, you know, when you start comparing yourself and start trying to be like somebody else, that's when you start losing yourself. And then that's when you, again, blame yourself because you didn't do what you needed to do to claim how you built your, how you built your fan base. But that's all I have for today. If you're new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends, your families, your aunties, your uncles. I said friends and families, and I started naming specifics. But hey, man, just share this with anybody that needs to hear this, man. You know, I'm going to keep pushing these type of videos out because I really love doing this shit. So, appreciate y'all for listening. And whoever made it to the final seconds of the video, man, I appreciate y'all. Even if you just watched half of the video, I appreciate you as well. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Gonna keep the shit rolling. Peace.
Got it.
Troy, you dealing with the Vice Kings.
Not a chance.
Fuck you say?
Anyone but them.
You scared of going against Benjamin King?
Man, fuck that. I'll take King out.
Johnny, it's not that simple.
Bullets still kill motherfuckers, right? Doesn't get much simpler than that.
Keep an eye on your boy.
I don't need a fucking babysitter, Julius.
Keep an eye on your boy.
Who's got the rollers?
I do.
Lynn?
The fuck you wearing blue for?
I asked Lynn to hook up with the rollers. We don't know much about these fuckers, so I wanted one of us on the inside.
I didn't think the rollers pimped hoes.
Any other comments?
Yeah, when you punch, don't throw your shoulders so much.
Shut up, Johnny.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Once we're done here, go talk to one of these guys. They'll have something for you to do. It's our time now. Let's get this shit started.